Good morning. Take a big breath up 3 times. Take an inhale. Wake your body up with some gentle movement. And inhale, expand the rib cage. And exhale. You're also taking an inventory. How's your body this morning? Now interlace the fingers and press up and down. We'll just wake up the thighs a little bit. Stretch to the upper rib cage, to the lats. And take one more. Inhale. Now on the exhale, pull the toes more forward and then add some lateral flexion. Inhale. Paint the sky like you're painting a rainbow. Stretch out the side body. And we'll inhale, lengthen the spine out of the rib cage. Exhale, lateral flexion. And again. And exhale. Abdominals are pulling in on the exhales. One more time. Up. Good. You're doing great. And up and over the other way. Gorgeous. And then let those hands come back to the thighs. We're going to drop a shoulder, adding some thoracic rotation and adding the shoulders, stretching. We'll take it for 4. Waking up the body. 3. Inhale and exhale. 2 and 1. And then some flexion and extension. So extend and exhale, flex. And inhale and exhale. So you're also just checking in. How's my back this morning? How are all the body parts? How are the joints? So you know if you need to just give a little more care to some body parts. Inhale and exhale. Round the spine and come all the way up. And then we'll start with a basic calf raise. Lift up both heels. Knees are long. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up the heels, and exhale, lower. And inhale, lift up the heels, and exhale, lower. Relax the neck. So I'm going to demonstrate something. All of the toes have equal weight, and imagine that you have a tennis ball between your inner ankle, so that when you lift up, the tennis ball is still in place. And that just is making sure that your ankles don't sickle out or invert out. And all of the toes have equal weight. There may be a little bit more on the first, second toe, but that's really important to help prevent ankle injuries. That pinky toe is meant to hold weight. Let's do 3 more. And up, 2, knees long. This is great too if you've been traveling and just helps so it gets some blood flow in the lower body. And exhale, 1, gorgeous. And then let's take the legs out to a second position squat. We're gonna open up the arms and exhale back and open up and exhale. Now in the second position squat, the heels are heavier than the toes. The knees track with the second toe. And you're just going into a range of motion that feels good on your knees. So even if you have some knee issues, usually you still want to have some flexion, safe flexion, range of motion in the knee. You don't want to avoid flexion totally, but like if your knee hurts down low at 90, just do 75 degrees. So just check it out. Go where you need to, or just do the top third, the top 2/3. All right. Inhale and exhale. Now hold here. If you'd like to add on 4 heel raises on the right, all the toes get weight, and then the left 4. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Now 3 heel raises on the right is an option, and 2, and 3 on the left, and 3, 2, 1. Now 2 on the right. You can see the pattern. 2 on the left, up, 1 right, 1 left, right, and left. Shoulder blades down the back, and left, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Balance, lift up the heels. Now, if you need to, scooch in. Otherwise, try to keep the heels up and go down and up. 1, heels are up. 2, all those toes have weight. 3, you're not allowing the heel to kick out wide like an inversion sprain. You're keeping the heels lifted. 4, good. 3, knee still tracking with the second toe. 2, and hold yourself up. Long 5, 5-pointed star. 4, 3, 2, inhale, and exhale, lower the heels back down. And then we'll take one little pattern, little first position. Your Right leg can go to the front and then to the side. Now we'll add a little arm pattern with that. And up. We're just gonna lift the arms up. 3 and 3. Your left glute medius is balancing you. 4, if you'd like a harder challenge. 5, your right toes won't touch the floor at all. You'll keep that foot off the floor. That's up to you. 6, or you can dab. 6 between. 7, 7, 8, keep going. 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. Right leg down, small V, like a piece of pizza between your feet. And this time we're going to take the arms out a little bit wider and add the balance, dynamic balance, helping to prevent falls. And 3, and 3, and 4. Neck is still long, and 4. Body is upright. 5, good. And 5, trying to stay upright, not lean back. 6, and 6, 7, and 7, we've got it. 8, and 8, 9, and 9, one more. 10, and 10, good. And then just give a little wiggle out. We're gonna take a balancing stretch. Lift and spread your toes, all the toes. You should be able to see the mat between your toes. If not, just get down there and spread them out. Right ankle in the left thigh. There's a great hip opener, figure 4. Make sure this left hip is not kicking out. You wanna level that pelvis. If you wanna add on some more fun, lift that right elbow. Take the left arm behind. 10, 9, 8, beautiful. Lift up to your upper back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, stand. Lower that and just assess how is your shoulder flexibility today. And there's the arms. Sit down. There's the other leg. And lift up your upper back. Yeah, that's it. All right, beautiful. Remember, it's okay to do this with both feet down in a squat if you need to. Modify. 9, 8, 7, keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let that foot go. I'm going to meet us in a down dog. So inhale, lift up your arms. A little bit of a back bend. Exhale, bring the hands down. Let your feet go back. And then take it down dog. I'm going to move the camera. If you need to do a little walk the dog or lifting of the heels to continue getting some movement in that calf, you can, those calves. Good. All right. You're going to take a down dog with your wide shoulder blades. Hold for 5. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Sit bones lifting, knees lengthening. Hold for 2. Inhale. Now on the 1, we're going to come down to the forearms or the hands, your plank. You get to choose which one you want. I'll demonstrate forearms. Now, if you need to modify the length of the lever, you can put your knees down. Hold that thought. And we'll take 10, 9, 8. You want the belly pulling up. Good, Jeans. 7, 6, shoulder blades flat on the back. 5, heels straight up and down. 4, 3, good. You're looking down so your neck doesn't have a strain. 2, and 1. Rest the pelvis. Now, your Sphinx is an option. It's a great way to open the upper back. If you'd like to add on, press your hands into the floor. Keep your belly pulling up. Inhale. Now, on your exhale, begin lowering. Lift up both thighs. Lower your thighs. Lift up your upper back and let your hands assist you. Exhale, lower, and lift up your thighs. Lower your thighs. Lift up your upper back, let your hands assist you. And exhale, lower. Lift up your legs. You're doing great. Lift up your upper back. And this is the dynamic swan, hamstrings and glutes, which is really, and then upper body, and then thoracic spine. Really nice. Let's do this one more time. Hamstrings and glutes. Lower your legs, lift up your upper back, let your hands assist you. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower yourself down. And then we'll take a child's pose. Let the knees go a little wider so that your belly can go right in the middle, and encourage a diaphragmatic breath, really big and full, beautiful expansion of the belly to the back body ribs. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to come back out, taking an elbow down side plank. Now, if you want to do this on your hands, you can. Vertical humerus, that way you're really safe, shoulder blades down the back. Now lift up, basically a static plank. If you're feeling good here though, and you want to add on a little variety, open up that top foot on the calf. 9 more, 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now as a challenge, keep your stability in that shoulder blade, place both arms down, pass through to the other side. And if you need to, great, that's fine. Just lower with care. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now the elbow comes down, your toes are on the mat for a moment. Lower your pelvis. This time, the hands come to the lower back-ish. If that is not working out, just put your hands beside your thighs, palms down. Inhale, lift up, so I'll show modified at first. And then if you can handle the hands behind your back, interlace or rest. The main thing is that the shoulder blades are down back. Now lift up the thighs. If you'd like to add on, you can add a flutter kick with your thighs. If that's too much, try pulling your belly in more. And if it's still too much, just leave the legs alone or put them on the ground again. Now, make sure the neck doesn't have any tension. You might have to look down at the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Begin lowering your spine. Switch your hands. So if your right pinky was on the outside, now the left one is. Inhale, belly in. Lift up your upper back. Lift up your arms. Lift up your thighs and add a flutter if you want to. That's optional. 10, or you can leave your toes down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale and exhale. Rest. Let's take another child pose. This time you can pull your knees together, toes under, and press the heels. Press through the feet. The heels are straight and down. Now this is a foot stretch too. It's great with the change of seasons from summer to fall. We often change our shoes, so the feet need a little help when they do all the different shoe transitions. So you're stretching out your feet as long as that's good for you. If it's painful at all, just put the feet back down. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then coming back to that elbow down plank. Now in the forearm plank, if you can, we're going to shift forward and back. If that doesn't serve you, like let's say your bottom of your feet are sensitive, then don't do that. You can go to the knees, or you can put your lower legs on a roller, and that way you get off the feet. So there's always a way to get the intention of the exercise without the risk or the negative consequence. We're going to take 4 more shifts. 4, look down once you know what you're doing so you don't hurt your neck straining to see me. 2 more. And 1 more. Now rest just for a moment, either your Sphinx or your Cobra. 5, 4, good. Or you can rest on the ground, that's fine. 3, good, beautiful, Marty. 2, exhale, lower. Now the left elbow is going to be underneath the shoulder. We are going to add a possible move of elbow to knee. So if you're adding on, first go to plank. Remember, modified is on your hip or knee, but you could add on the elbow to knee and then straighten elbow to knee, and then straighten. Bottom leg pushes strong in the floor, so your hip abductor is active and you're not sagging through the hips. You've got a long line from head to heel. We have 3 more. and stretch, and 2, and inhale, and exhale. Now, as opposed to collapsing, make a challenge, elbow down, forearms down, transition with an intention. Take an inhale. Now exhale, elbow to knee if you're adding that on. Otherwise, do the best you can with a static side plank. Exhale, crunch, 4, 5, bottom hip lifts, 6, 7, strong bottom arm, 8, both arms down. Take an inhale, plank, 5, 4, good. You're just doing a front plank, 3, 2, and rest your pelvis. Wonderful. This next one is going to be hands on the mat. At first, just lift up the right leg, lower, lift up the left leg, lower. Now act like you're reaching your leg out of your body, out of your pelvis. You feel how you can give it a little length? It's like the pelvic wall, but lengthen and then lift where your gluteal fold is, where your glute meets your hamstring. That way you're not sagging in the back or compressing the lumbar spine. Imagine a piece of ice that's underneath your abdominals and you're pulling away from that. Now that's the base move that you're welcome to stay with. You could add on fingertips to your temples, lift up your back with your leg and lower. Lift up your other leg and your back. Now that's great. You can stay here, or you can add on a rotation with that extension. When you lift your left leg, that would mean your right upper body is uplifted a little bit higher. Your left upper body and your right femur. Your left femur and your right upper body. So it's a cross posterior chain lift. Inhale, lift. The posterior oblique chain is kind of like the swimming exercise. We have a little rotation here. 4, 3, neck is soft. 2, we're not doing this with the neck. 1, now let your hands get on the mat. Press back in a child pose. With child pose, walk your fingers to one side for some lateral flexions. It's going to feel like the lat underneath the armpit to the hip is getting a humongous, lovely, beautiful stretch, which helps our back, helps our shoulder, and helps our posture. It helps breathing muscles too, because the intercostals are getting stretched when you inhale fully into that lateral rib cage, that posterior or back lateral rib cage. 3, 2, open up your arm like a clamshell, inhale. Good, that's beautiful. That's exhale, excellent. Go to the other side. Keep on walking. One side may feel different than the other. Breathe into that rib cage. Open up that armpit. And if it just doesn't feel good to be on your knees, you can do these on your back and just pull your legs in and do happy baby anytime. You can always take a different stretch. Nothing should hurt. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. And on the exhale, come back. Hands and knees. If being on your knees doesn't serve you, then double up the mat and make it more comfortable. If being on your knees still doesn't serve you, do a forearm plank and get off the knees. If you would like to add on in the hands and knee position, we'll call it quadruped. Cat-cow is flexion and extension. Now, if you're really flexible in your lower back and you tend to easily go into this one, the lordosis, you may have to put on the brakes. You don't want to go so far. It's not always good to be hypermobile or flexible. Flexibility is good, but when it's to an extreme, it's actually more injurious. So right here, if you're really like too loose and you tend to get low back pain, you want to put the brakes on here. If you want to add on, lift up your knees. Now, your knees are off the floor and you're doing the beast, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, and again, round, 2, and the lower your knees are, the harder it is for your abs and your arms. And then take a moment, you're going to breathe. Good. Inhale. One more here. Remember, the backup plan is you can do a bound angle or you can do a plank. But otherwise, lift up all your toes. All 10 toes are off the mat. Extend your arm and your leg while your toes and your shin stay off the mat. Now you have less surface area to balance on. And this is a great exercise for multifidus, the small muscles that support the back. So if you've had back pain recently, those muscles accidentally turn off with pain, this is a great one to turn them back on so they can support us. Your head might be tempted to drop to the floor, but keep gently pulling it so that the ear is in line with the shoulder. Make sure that back hip of the leg that's lifted isn't tilting your hip up, which is really common. So let's do 4 more. 4, and try to balance. 3, your neck is long, your arms are wide. 2, abs are pulling in. And 1, perfect prep for another plank. Elbow down, long legs. Now, if you'd like to add on, drop the left hip a little, drop the right hip a little. I call this funky plank. Left, it's like you're listening to a good song and you're doing plank and you just can't help but wiggle them hips a little bit. All right, let's do 6. And wiggle it a little bit, 5. And wiggle it a little bit, 4. Really strong forearms though. 3, shoulder blades are flat, not collapsing. 2, and 1, and then lower that pelvis. Gorgeous. This is called resting pancake pose. If you want to add on a windshield wiper, you can bend your knees and just relax that back. We did a great series there. And look how close the hands are to the ankles right now. Let's see if we can add on Dhanurasana. Bow pose is also rocking in Pilates. Hold on to your feet or ankles. Pull the belly up away from the floor and lift up. Now, if it's too hard to grab 2 feet, just do this with 1 hand and 1 foot. And breathe. 10. Relax. We're going to do it again. Inhale. And push up. And 1, letting go. Perfect job. Press back, some type of child pose. If that doesn't serve you, you can do a down dog, that's fine. 5, and we're gonna add on hands together and touch the thumbs to the middle, middle upper back. Touch the thumbs to the back and hold. A little more tricep stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna do a set of push-ups here. Now I'm going to offer, it'll look like an easier push-up, but that is just fine. We'd rather easy and good form. So in this square or box, you're bending your elbows, you're making sure your shoulders do not poke forward of the rest of your body. So this is the modified, even if it's an inch. Notice your head doesn't lead the way. If you want it harder, go to your knees and do that. Inhale. Make sure your elbows don't lock backwards right here. They just go to lengthened. Good. Now if you need toes, great. Just make sure the head's back with the rest of your body. Your abs are not dropping. And take 5 more. Take 4 more. Take 3 more. Take 2 more. And take 1 more. Now remembering that child pose, we bend the elbows, hands together, and touch. You can even touch the palm to your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to do 1 more set of 10. So the first set I talked so much about the form, and then we're going to do a safe set of 10 your way. Change if you need to. Bend the elbows. Good. You can even do these standing up and against a wall. 2, or against a counter. That looks great. 3, I love it. Or you're doing the square ones. 4, making sure the abs don't drop. 5, good. 6, 7, elbows are long but not backwards. 8, in the high position. 9, 1 more, and 10. That was the last set. Bend your elbows, hands to your middle upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. I'm going to straighten up this mat, and let's take 1 bound angle, a little reprieve. Feet soles are together. Open up the big toes. Inhale, and on your exhale, you might even use your elbows to press. If you haven't had a sip of water yet, this is also an excellent time to get a sip of water. Delicious. Try to get a sip of water on the 20 minutes or at least at the halfway mark. Good. All right, hold. Neck is soft. 10, 9, that looks great. 8. Now the option here is to take a second bound angle at a different angle, and that's your first option. If you would like to do something different, you can do reverse plank with the feet like this and table, or the feet like this. You can also grab your roller. I'm already up, so I'm not gonna reach all the way over there 3 feet away from my roller, but you can use that too underneath your ankles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Looking down your toes. You don't want to throw your head back. Inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Now let's throw in an inner thigh stretch for the long inner thighs. If this doesn't serve you, you can always do this lying on your back with your legs open, or put yourself on a roller to get your booty up. That way you can safely lean forward without the low back grounding behind you. Neck softens. Relax your shoulders. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, come up. And then we're going to take a side plank. So this time we're going to thread a needle and paint a rainbow. It's a combo move. It's going to be good for neural patterning too, because we need to keep little sequences memorized. It helps with our brain. So when you're ready, go to your side plank. It could be hip, knee, or feet. I'm going to do feet. Inhale. Thread the needle one time. Inhale, open your arm. Now paint a rainbow over head, touch the floor again, and then thread. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale, paint a rainbow. Inhale, exhale, thread. Exhale, paint a rainbow. Thread the needle. Paint a rainbow. One more time. Exhale, thread, and paint. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully lower. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to face you this way this time. Doubling up that mat helps that bone feel less sensitive. The ulnar bone. Now when you're ready, hip, knee, or feet, lift up. Exhale. We have 5 of these patterns, but not hurried and rushed. We're going to enjoy the movement. And then over. And exhale. Thread. And exhale. And 2. And exhale. Thread. And over. 3. And thread. And thread. And then we're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And then we're going to make sure that the whole mat, we have enough room to roll down. Take another sip if you need to. We're going to shoot for a minute. Take an inhale to roll down, that is. Take an exhale. 1, 2. Now, as you roll down, act like a really big ice cream scoop went down your belly, as opposed to hinging like a book cover. You're flexing. I used to, when we had live classes, you put your hand behind your lower back and you can feel that each vertebra has some flexion, not extension. Sometimes it'll look like someone's flexing and then they're actually extending. So you really want to drop like you're putting down a beautiful string of pearls. Let's say that's 40 seconds into it. Knees squeeze together. If you do need help, just use your hands. 30, 25, belly in, look at the belly, it's pulling in. 20, 15, work that area around the shoulder blade. That first 30 degrees of flexion is rectus abdominis, the abs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, we got it. Full body stretch and then shift through your leg, or your waist I should say. Look at how the knees stay long, but you're shifting through the waist. 4, 3, 2, and then bridges. Bridges are just really fun to do anytime. If you, when you're ready, put your hands by your side, lift up your toes and spread them. Now basically the toes are forward. When you curl up, there's a real easy tendency to kind of shoot the feet out all of a sudden, and that can jam the SI. So let's stay fairly neutral. Keep going. I'm just going to talk a little bit while we're doing our dynamic bridges. The inner hamstring should feel like it's helping, and instead of just the outer hamstring when we pull our knees open. Now, when you go up, if you're really hypermobile or sometimes just feeling like high achiever tendencies, you can accidentally go up so high that you get too much back, not enough glute hamstring. So let's consciously curl up. You want to feel some back of this chain here, not all in the low back. If it's all in the low back, it won't even feel as good. So tilt your rib, tilt your pubic bone up. All right, let's do that 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. Act like you have a Nerf football between your knees. That way you don't splay the knees out wildly. And neck is soft. You could put a pencil or a little hand between your neck and the floor. Stay up on this one. And if you'd like to add on, lift up that right leg and softly point it to the sky. Both hips stay the same level as you drop your hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, shoulders soft. You're resting your shoulders like lily pads on a pond. 4, 3, 2, inner hamstring. And now right foot down, exchange the legs. Inhale, lift up that other leg. Drop and lift, drop and lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. Now 10, lower the foot, inhale, curl down. It's going to feel great. Happy baby. In yoga, this is Anandamalasana. It's a great place to open up your big toe. If you have felt some tightness happening in your toes or a bunion starting, just pull that big toe away from the midline of your foot and spread it out. Terrific. Lift up both thighs. Hands go by your hips like a frame. You're going to keep the neck relaxed and not arching up. If you feel like your neck tilts when you're here, you need a little pillow. Your upper back, if the upper back is rounded, if you've been feeling slouched over, you'll feel like your neck kind of cricks up here and like you're not on the back of the skull, but you're more towards the top. You don't want to feel that way. So you want a pillow to support the neck. There should be no strain in the neck here. Big circle if you want. Now, if you don't have a pillow and you're good to lift the hips, that's a great little addition. You're not knee jumping. You're not kicking like a mule. You're using your abs to pull the pubic bone towards the sternum. So you should feel your abs. If you're not sure, put your hands there. And we won't do it all the way up, but we'll do 4 more. Long knees. Act like a red ribbon's between your inner thighs, and you're holding onto that ribbon to activate the inner thighs and the pelvic floor. And 1. All right, now on this one, let's take that inner thigh stretch, kind of like we did seated. Open up the legs. This is a great place to spread out those toes. They need attention too. They do so much for us, holding us up. And they're not supposed to look like tight bricks on the end of our ankles. So we want some attention to these little feet that do so much for us. 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale, and exhale. We're gonna lie on our side. Again, if your neck is at all uncomfortable lying on your side, grab a pillow. I'm gonna use my arm as a pillow by doubling it up. Now this is gonna be a double leg lift. You can still see your toes, they're not getting behind you, but you're gonna pull your belly in and feel the waist pull away from the floor. 5, 6, put your hand there if you're not sure. 7, this should be firing. 8, you're not just sagging. 9, now it's real easy to accidentally do this kind of lean back number, but try to stay lateral. If your hips are all an issue, put more padding under it or bend the knee a little bit and that'll get it off that bone. If it's still an issue, just do leg lift, one on top, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, now stay up. See if you can take the top leg up and down. 10, 9, and if you want, add a point and a flex. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, the bottom leg is going to go up and down. Now, if you want, you can do a point and flex. And 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Terrific. On the belly, hands are underneath the forehead. Now lift up both legs, belly in, tap the feet together 20 times with the neck soft. Hamstrings and glutes are active. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do the other side. I'm going to turn so that I'm facing you. You're going to take your elbow bent underneath your arm, and this is like a little way to keep your neck more aligned with the rest of the body, spine. Exhale, up and down, and up and down. Abs, legs glued. All right, let's do 10 more. Two. All right, stay up. This is up and down. Now, if you'd like, you can point and flex. Inhale and exhale. You want to still see the feet in your peripheral vision. They're not going behind you. And you want your toes to be forward, not pointing up, just to get more glute medius. And 3, 2, and leave that top leg up, higher than you think. Now lift up the bottom leg to it. Try to go a little higher than you think you can. You can add a point and flex. 3, 4, try not to push this arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wonderful. Lie on the belly. Let's do 20 more of those little kicks. Relax your neck. Lift up your thighs. Now the knees are off the floor ideally. Tap them, and are they tapping equal height? If not, adjust. And relax the neck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to press back in to that child pose. You just choose which one you want this time. It could be knees together, knees wide. I'm going to do knees wide to encourage that diaphragmatic breath. Belly in. Then enjoying the diaphragmatic breath even more with mask wearing. It feels like it just sort of replenishes any kind of compromise with that mask. So just breathe into the belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And head into a downward facing dog. Spread out your fingers like pieces of pie between them. And this is optional. Either, hey, stay here in down dog, or lift up your right leg and without flipping your hips, just hold. It's as if you're trying to make a long line from your right leg through the hands, and hold. 10, 9, 8. Let the left heel drop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Right foot down, inhale, left leg up, and keep that left leg in line with the rest of your body. You're not flipping your hip on this one. Right knee long, right heel drops. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that foot. Good. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, shins come down.
Now this one is called the frog. It's an inner thigh stretch. So the alternative is bound angle. This is the other one. Or lying on your back, same thing. Or frog, one of my favorite poses. So take your knees wide, pretty wide. We're going to put a little big toe movement towards each other. The big toes can come in. Now, you're going to make sure you're feeling some inner thighs. So if you need to, make it better for you. I like a doubled up mat for my knees. Yep. It's not that they hurt them to be unprotected, but why not do any measure we can to keep the joints healthy? Now, resting on the forearms is a really nice, or the floor is a really nice addition. It lets the lower back vertebra, the decompression can happen a little easier because the pelvis is now higher than the lower back vertebra, and the disc, imagine they're filling up like a jelly donut. So the way that your back usually is just opposite the way. Just a nice little decompression. And relax. And take it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to head out to the belly. Terrific. And we're going to take the left arm up and take the right arm under and do a knee down twist. Right hand to the left knee, look to that left hand. Stay there. I'm just moving so that I'm in a better place so you can see me. Good. That's it. Yep, let that knee go over. And if you're not comfortable, just use pillows to prop up. You can put one under your knee, you can put one underneath your arm. Nothing should hurt. Everything should feel therapeutic. You can imagine that you're wringing out a wash rag of impurities. The inhale is your clean breath, and the exhale just gets rid of any tension, any physiological stress. It's like an image of you're putting clean water in a wash rag, and then you squeeze it out, you twist it, and all the dirt comes out. 5. Now we're going to add on a variation. Bend the bottom knee and take your hand to that foot. So you almost look like Tinkerbell flying through the air. Your left hand's on your left foot. Your right hand can help your left thigh stay towards the floor, and just look over that left shoulder. But you can soften your eyes. 5, Tinkerbell twist. 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's so hard to leave because it feels so good. But we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to start belly down. It does feel a little differently that way. Thread the other arm underneath the right armpit and then flip over this way. Good. So you're going to realign. Knee down twist. Right arm out. That's it. Good, Jan. Yep. Just let that hand help you. There you go. Use pillows. If something doesn't feel supported, just use pillows. Nothing should hurt. Keep that top hip away from your rib cage so the waist is long, the low back's long. With rotation, you'd like to have a axial extension first before you rotate, meaning the spine is long and not flexed. Palm is up on that right hand. Maybe so you can see.
5. It's like a Y or a T. 4. 3. 2. Now take the bottom leg and hold on to that foot or that ankle with your right and walk it more behind you. Tinkerbell twist. That's an option. If that doesn't work out for you, then just stay where you were. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now on the inhale, lie on your back and take a hand to the knee, one knee at a time, and stir the pot. So give a little flexion as you pull in. And you can stir the pot the other way. Good. All right, we're going to take a right foot up. Now, if you have a band, it'll hold a little better. You can even wrap it once or twice. The left leg long is going to have a little bit of a deeper stretch. And I'm going to take an opportunity to use the roller here. And it's okay if you don't just don't use one. You'll still get a fabulous stretch. But it is really nice to have your sacrum on this roller. And then lifting up, you're going to feel both psoas on the left or hip flexor here, and the hamstring on the right. If that's not working out, don't do it. Just do it on the ground. Yep. And you can use your hands, Jean. You don't have to use a bar if you don't want a band. Just whatever feels good to feel hamstring. Cross the midline. Good. That's it. You can hold on. That way it's, yeah. And you can also go to the other, like an inner thigh. Good. A modification is to bend that knee, but you can see how my tight hip flexor is trying to pull me up and my tight quad's trying to bend that knee. So I'm going to pour that leg to the floor while the other one's in a stretch. Every exhale is an opportunity to release tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale, and then exhale, back. And then that feels so good, right? Let's do the other side. You can wrap your body band. If you have one, if you don't worry, just use your hand or use a ring or use a towel. Lengthen that hamstring without any pain when the right leg goes down. So if anything, this roller is on the heel end of my booty, not on my back. I don't want it to create any more lower back tight tension. So pour that right leg, lift the left leg until it's in hamstring, belly hamstring stretch. Not the knee, not the sit bone. Breathe and let go of any tension with your exhales. Now you can just take that leg across the midline a little bit. I like to internally rotate it as well to get that biceps femoris a little bit more. Drop through your hips. This is gorgeous. Take that leg out, inner thigh. Relax through your leg, relax through your hamstring. Five, 4, 3, 2, and slowly start coming up. Let that go. And we're going to take the roller out from under us and prepare for hip opener. So you can first take those legs in and stir the pot. Good.
And then we're going to take the right ankle to the left thigh, reach your hands through that window. And you're welcome to rock a little bit. This is another one that if your hips are tight or your back is kyphotic or upper back rounded, or you just have a forward head syndrome, that a pillow will help you feel more comfortable here. You don't want to feel like your head and neck are crooked backwards. Everything should feel good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're going to add on, keep that leg unit. Now look at how you have a 90-degree angle-ish on your left thigh to hip or to waist. Just roll over. Right arm out. Let your left hand hold on to your right ankle and keep the right foot all four corners on the floor. Now this should also feel like a low back stretch. Yeah. Good. Yeah, let your foot down and then look the other way. That way you get a little rotation too. Good. Palms up. 5. Push that knee away from you. 4. 3. 2. How much can you let go? Inhale. And then exhale. Gently come up. And then I like to put a hand on each knee and stir and just see how good that feels. Let's take the other side. Angle the thigh. Reach through that window and hold on to that thigh. Good. Can you feel a difference from one to the other? See how that feels? Yeah, rocking will sometimes relax that. That's nice. Relax your neck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, neck is soft. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you can roll over and put that foot down. Let that right hand hold on to that ankle, left arm out like a T or a Y. Yep. And then you're going to look to that left arm-ish. You can shut your eyes, but your neck is gently rotated that way. Five, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, and then bring it in. And this is going to be really nice. Your feet are going to be wider than the mat. Drop your right knee, but leave your feet wider than the mat. And if that may be enough, pull your arms up. If you want more, yes, take your left ankle on top of that thigh and gently press it down. If that hurts at all, don't do that. Good. Come back. All right, great. And relax. All right, slowly come back and let your feet be wider than the mat, okay? Keep your feet wider than the mat. Don't move the feet when you drop your left knee down. And then your right ankle could go on top. If anything hurts at all in that left knee, do not add the right ankle on your thigh. Arms up and relax.
Take an inhale, let all that go and take a full body stretch. And then take a Shavasana. And if you'd like, you can have one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest.
And let your eyes soften and expand the belly underneath the hand.
And then the breath goes up to the chest. And you're lying down. I'm just sitting up so I can see you. Inhale, expand your belly, diaphragm, breathing. Exhale, letting go. And we'll do that again. Inhale. And exhale. And whenever you're ready, gently come up to seated and take a moment. Your eyes can stay soft. And just take a moment to tap into that feeling of peace, of homeostasis, where the eyes can soften, the belly can expand to help keep that sense of calm anytime you need it during the day. Take a moment to give yourself appreciation for all that you did. It's really easy to give ourselves negative self-talk and be critical, but make sure you're giving yourself some appreciation. You did so good. Whenever you're ready, let your eyes come back into the room. And I'm so grateful that you came to class. Thank you so much. May you have peace and joy and feel fabulous today. You deserve it. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Bye, guys.